Have you ever felt an ancient whisper, a tangling energy in a place steeped in mystery? Join me today on an unforgettable journey into the Buckland Museum of Witchcraft and Magic. Everywhere artifacts hum with untold stories and magical power. Prepare to be enchanted as we explore a world beyond the ordinary and discover secrets that will stir your soul. One of our first stops, well, it was our first stop on our road trip to New England, was Buckland's Museum of Witchcraft and Magic in Cleveland, Ohio. And it was awesome. I am sorry, y'all, I did not get a clip of the museum. I wasn't sure if we could or not. So I only took photos. So I will share those photos with you all. But let me give you a little history of the museum. Raymond Buckland was the founder of the museum, which he created in 1966 after visiting Gerald Gardner's collection on the Isle of Man. He created his own collection in his basement of his Long Island, New York home. He had over 500 artifacts that he mainly collected. He was a flight attendant, which I had no idea, which I think is really cool. So he was able to collect artifacts from around the world. He had this museum in Long Island from 1966 to 1973. And then he moved it to New Hampshire in 1973 to 76. And then it was briefly introduced to New Orleans in 1999. And then it was turned over in 2015 to the Temple of Sacrifice. So Tony Rotonda, APS of the TOS, is the owner, and Stephen Intermill is the curator. And I called Stephen to talk to him. He was super cool. Y'all have to go say hi to Stephen. Tell him that the wacky Sarah Nikolai from Roswell, New Mexico, he'll know who you're talking about, sent you. Tell him we say hi and say hello to him. He's a phenomenal storyteller. Y'all know I love a good storyteller. Phenomenal. And he took our photo, which I'll show here, of us under a goat head and next to some awesome witchy artifacts and clothing, and under a Ouija board. This place is just teeming with so many cool witchy artifacts, tarot decks, prayer beads, Lilith. They had some Lilith pins and stuff, which I'll show. There's an imp pin that belonged to Raven Grimassi. And then we have some headdresses. We have Raymond Buckland's attire, which is really cool. Stephen showed us a picture of the Love Witch, the high priest dressed in his garb in the Love Witch, and it looked identical to Raymond Buckland's. And I find it really interesting. So Stephen went to Los Angeles and he sought out the writer, director, producer Anna Biller, who is amazing. I'm so in awe of Anna Biller. And she was generous and she gave Stephen a bunch of artifacts, and I'm going to show you those. I was in awe. That was my favorite. I love the artifacts from the movie, The Love Witch. I love that movie. That is one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time, witchy or not. Like, just love that movie. I love the costumes. I love the set design. It's amazing. And so he reached out to Anna and they hung out, and he definitely thinks that Anna Biller is a witch. I do too. I definitely think she's a practitioner. So she gave a bunch of the puppets from the movie, a signed copy of the DVD, some candles that were featured in the movie, a witch bottle. And then another thing that was really cool is that a brewing company from, I think it was Chicago, let me see. For Fall Equinox 2024, the Buckland Museum teamed up with the Illuminated Brew Works out of Chicago for Buckland beer in celebration of occultist Michael somebody's 90th birthday. A run of Black Poppy Lady Porters were produced in partnership with Black Lotus Cult, a magical order current based out of Nashville, Tennessee. If you're ever in Chicago, please visit Illuminated Brew Works tap room and let them know the Buckland Museum says hello. So they have these beers. So anyone in Chicago, y'all can go get some Buckland beer. And then they had some witch's ointment on display and a chant for Spirit Flight. They had a bunch of tarot decks on display. Some of the tarot decks were Raymond Buckland's, and then others were collected by Stephen and other people or donated. I asked Stephen how often things get donated and what are the requirements, and he said that it's common and that things have, are given freely and pretty often, like weekly. There's no requirements. One of his favorite things, and this was a really good story, he talked about this mandrake that looked like a woman with child. He really liked that, Raymond Buckland, and he spent a lot of time. Now, I took a picture of this Magic Square Mercury, which I'd never heard of this, so I took a picture of it. It looks pretty cool. So people could leave like foreign coins and things on this because it's for the Greek god Mercury. He is a god of tourism, magic, divination, and commerce. He loves foreign coins. Well, you could buy coins in the lobby and then place them there. And so there was a little bit on the spiritualist movement. And so there was a picture of ectoplasm, which was pretty cool. Different like divination and like Halloween things. Different people's like altars. There was also a thing about Lilith Dorsey. Lilith Dorsey is in Santeria and New Orleans voodoo. So they had some of her artifacts. There was a yearbook from 1945, which was really cool, that had the Ouija board, like the planchette on top, and it was kind of Ouija board. And then there's bent forks from also the spiritualism movement. So there was this really cool wand. Lebronzo Obron gave his staff and it lights up. That was pretty cool. And you can see there's also like a witch's broom hanging. There's just so many cool things everywhere. And then there's me, which I gave you guys like a little sneak peek of me standing in this circle, magical circle, which was really cool. Now there is a photo by Maha Doust, and I got a picture of her artwork, and I did buy her book. I bought her book, and then Stephen showed me her artwork, so that was really cool. I asked Stephen how many artifacts are in the museum now, and he says he doesn't know how to classify things, so he doesn't know. And then I asked how often things are rotated out. Again, I didn't get a clear answer. And like I said, they're always accepting new artifacts and there's really no requirements. I asked about the tarot cards, and like I said, some of those were from Raymond's personal collection, and then others are just some that people picked up and donated. I asked what his favorite artifact was, and he says he likes everything in the whole collection, but the crescent moon headdress worn by Rosemary Buckland is the most sacred to him. And then, yeah, I already told you about the Anna Biller. I love the Anna Biller. I didn't take a picture, I don't think, of Rosemary's headdress. Maybe I did. But I was super excited to pick up, because you guys know I've been looking for a book on the I Ching, and I love the fact that this is the occult I Ching. It just looks amazing. So I'm going to have to read this, but it looks so good. I am so excited. I was reading some I Ching, like an I Ching book, while we were on the road. I didn't finish it. This is just so dense. Like, it's a book that I would want. Oh, here's some of her artwork. Oh, that's so cool. Look at this. I love this. So I am excited. I have not started reading this book, but I'm really excited to look through this. And then we have this, it's kind of like a zine. A Summoning of Ancient Terrors. It just looks so cool. the bones of the land. Because I gotta turn the light on. It's getting really dark. Okay. The sacrifice issue. From his blood, the crops would spring. Hellebore is a poisonous plant that has the power of altering perception, and it's thought to be one of the main ingredients for the witch's flying ointment. Associated with water element, it is known for opening up portals to the underworld and the subconscious. So this is a collection of writings and essays devoted to folklore and themes that inspire it. Folklore, myth, history, archaeology, and the occult. So this is from the United Kingdom. Well, it says United Kingdom and Canada. So yeah, this just looks like fun. So I picked this up, and then there were like posters all over. I'm gonna have to find someplace. I'm running out of wall space, but I wanna frame this. Really cool. And hang it up somewhere. But isn't that cool, you guys? Like, it's so cool. I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, this is awesome. So that is what I picked up. And one more thing. I finally picked up my own copy of Buckland's Complete Book of Witchcraft. I was reading this also from the library, but I decided to buy a used copy. This copy is like in such good condition. I don't know if they even used it. I'm so happy I got a used copy, because usually when I buy used, it's like you can tell it's used. But you can see on my tabs, I'm only on page 65, but I am taking a lot of notes, and I like Raymond Buckland's writing. I like his style. It's definitely a lot easier to read than Aleister Crowley. Like, Crowley is, you know, that like Victorian, very flowery, like very robust, a lot of extra words. And Buckland is just, you know, easygoing. And I'm also reading by Buckland right now, also from the library, which is super cool, is The Solitary Seance, which this book isn't as good. It's very much just like an overview of all the different divination types, like scrying, tapping, table tipping, cards, pendulums. So it's just an overview, and it doesn't really go into how to do the thing, how to do each method. So it's okay. I'm about halfway done with that book. But this book, I'm going to take my time. Like, I've learned some things uh, that I did not know before. So it's definitely interesting. It's definitely a good read if you are into Wicca at all. I do recommend Buckland's writings, and especially this book. The Seance book, maybe not so much. It's a little too just like surface and street level. But thanks for coming along. And if anyone is in the Cleveland metro area, go check out. And, you know, I'm sure you can take clips I've seen on Instagram. I think the museum has their own YouTube page you can check out, as well as there are clips. So people have filmed in there. I wish I'd gotten a picture of my favorite. I didn't take a picture of it because it creeped me out so much. It was supposedly a thief's hand. It was supposedly a hand, I think the left hand, they said, of a thief. And they use it, they like burn, they use the fingers to like as candles. um so that actually really freaked me out because it looked so realistic. And I asked Steven about this hand, and he said it was fashioned from deer bones and I think deer skin, and it looked so realistic, y'all, like creepy. um but so cool. I don't know who made it. I kind of wish I had asked where it came from, but again, like, it really freaked me out. Like, that's how cool it was. Um, so yeah, go check it out. If you've been, tell me what you thought in the comments. It was so cool. We spent a solid hour in there, plus like 30 minutes in the gift shop. The gift shop is super cool. Tons of books, lots of tarot decks to choose from, new and used books. rare books, posters. They had these posters, crystals, gemstones, chicken's feet. So it's a cute little gift store and a one-room museum with great stories. And if you're a Love Witch fan, you will really enjoy the tour. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.